I have been running my battery really low, and it's time to replace the battery. And at the same time, I'm also going to be doing my USB ports, which will be a separate video. So if you want to see me install my USB ports, and if you want to see me go on my very first moto camping trip on Friday, go ahead and subscribe, guys. I've been running my battery really low, and you can tell that the battery is running really low when you crank it. Right now, it's literally just not even creating enough spark. A couple days ago, I actually had to jump it at work because it wouldn't start. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you a demonstration. I'm gonna try to crank the bike, and I want you to take a good listen. If your bike sounds like this, you probably need a new battery. Oh, okay. That was a slightly bad example. I was expecting it to need to take significantly more cranks than that. Lately, especially starting it cold, it has been taking a number of cranks to get it started. It's super humid and warm in my garage right now, which is probably why it started up on its very first try. But that is not what was supposed to happen. Either way, I've had this bike for about 7 years now, and I've never replaced the battery. And I'm about to install USB ports, and I really want to make sure my battery is good to go, especially when I'm an hour and a half away camping, and this is my only form of transportation. I do not want to be stranded. We're going to go ahead. We are going to install this battery. It's actually the first time I've ever installed a GL1500 battery, so you're going to be along in the journey with me. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get to the battery, we need to take off the seat. This is a 13 millimeter, this is a 13 bolt. It's gonna go right here and right here. That's what we're gonna pull out. And we have a brand new battery. I can put a link in the description below. This guy came fully charged. A lot of motorcycle batteries, you gotta hook up to the charger and pour the liquid in manually, which is a little bit annoying. I have the bike facing the wrong way for the video. Isn't that great? But here is the battery. First things first, we got to remove the seat, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to get started with that. This is actually the very first time I've ever removed the seat on the GL1500. I'm pretty confident I know how to do it, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull off this backrest first thing. As far as I know, the only thing I need to remove from the battery is actually just the seat. They're 4 long bolts. We're gonna keep these safe. Drop them in my cup holder. Oh, this is only for the backrest. I think I might actually be able to just keep this one in. Very interesting. I did not know that's how the backrest mounted. So, guys, all of my maintenance videos on the GL1500 I'll be doing in the future are genuinely for like a novice non-mechanic, because I kind of barely know what I'm doing in terms of maintenance on the GL1500. So we do have spark plugs and air filter to do very soon. Of course, oil change, That one I could probably make a legitimate tutorial on, but it's more of like you guys joining me for the journey. You know what I mean? Battery replacement is pretty big on the Goldwing because there are a lot of lights and a lot of things on the Goldwing. There's a spacer on this one to need to keep track of, right? A lot of things drain power. People will attach all kinds of stuff to their GL1500, you know, GPSs, USB ports like I'm about to do. So it's a little bit more at risk of faulty battery work. So I'm hoping I don't need to take the fairing off, but I'm going to be installing my USB port anyways, which requires the fairing off. I'm sweating like a dog. It is 100% humidity, and oh, okay. This was going all the way back. Yep, this was going all the way back, holding the seat into place. So at least that one was. We'll see if this one is too. Yep, this one was long as well. Also holding it into place. So let's see if the seat will lift off now. These handles are lifting off. There we go. Easy peasy. Here's the battery. I guess I didn't necessarily need to take the seat off. Look at the grime on this. Holy cow. One of these days, I'm gonna do a deep, deep clean. Look out where all these wires are. This is 28 years of dust. 10, yep. There we go. Be very careful while dealing with batteries, okay guys? Should probably be wearing gloves. This is like the whole full battery casing. These are not 10. Oh, this one is. There we go. Getting the battery out. You know, before we fully take this out, let's double check that our battery is the correct size. That looks like exactly the right size. Right here, that's actually there's a fuse in here. That's the starter solenoid. And mine has messed up a few times because I was running the battery so low on power that I was really needing to crank the battery. And it actually like froze up a couple times and it would not stop cranking. Believe it or not, how I fixed that is I just tapped on the starter solenoid to get it to stop, but I will need to replace that eventually. There we go. So it looks like these two batteries are close to identical. This comes with its own new bolts. This is the USB port I was talking about. There's a switch here to turn it on and off. We're gonna wire this into the bike, so now I can finally go on trips and charge my phone, charge the GoPros, but this is gonna go directly onto the battery. How am I gonna wire this through? That is a good question. It's a decently long cord. My original plan was to have the USB port sticking up out of here, right where the CB is. I'm pretty confident I need to remove this piece of fairing here. And I think these bolts right here will do that. I bet that's 10 mil. Yes, it is. Oof, I think this might need to be taken out. Easy peasy. Let's see what's in there. A bunch of wires. And this is going right into that. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tuck that up under. Now, the key with these old plastic fairings is if it's not going, you might not have it right, because I really do not want to break any of the plastics, but there's these tabs over here. There we go. There's probably a tab over here too. Yeah, if that tab's out, actually won't even be noticeable. I really don't want this gap right here. Let's drill just a little bit further. There we go. Easy peasy. There's still a small gap. I'm not sure what's causing it, but it will be held down, and I think it will be okay. So this guy should go right here. And then this guy goes right here. There we go. Battery is in. Voila. let's start her up and see what happens, and let's see if my USB port works. So the USB port is really cool. It has a cover. Boom, look at that. It is on. It shows me the volts. And I can go ahead and turn it off. That will keep the battery from dying. And I think I'm gonna drop some super glue right here to stick it in there so it is immovable. I'm gonna probably keep the wire like that so it doesn't mess anything up. And let's start up the bike to make sure my new battery runs good. And if you'll notice, the initial crank sound should sound a lot healthier. Look at that. Beautiful. New battery. Installed like a champ. Oh, I should have ran this under this bar. Oh, actually, look at that. Quick disconnect. So guys, here we go. Brand new battery in place. Absolutely beautiful. Cord is running up through here. It's going up under this, all the way up, right to where the CB radio was. And I'm just gonna tuck in the CB radio. There goes my 10 mil. I'm just gonna tuck the CB radio cord up underneath. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put this back together, guys. I'm gonna get ready for work. I know this maintenance video was like really probably not super interesting, but me and my brother, we're gonna do our very first moto camping trip on Friday, and I really need a way to charge stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Maybe maintenance videos aren't my thing. Maybe I'll get better at them, but I'll see you guys in the next one.